What if I told you that the very oil you're cooking with right now could be quietly damaging your kidneys? While you're spending hundreds on kidney cleanse products, the real danger and the real solution is sitting in your kitchen. The truth is, some oils act like bodyguards, protecting your kidneys and keeping them strong for years, while others slowly poison them, drop by drop, meal after meal. Most people think they know the difference, but almost everyone is using at least one oil the wrong way. Today, we're cutting through the confusion to reveal the 3 oils that actually support kidney health, and the 4 you should never touch. When most people hear the words kidney cleanse, they immediately think about expensive products, powders, or miracle detox kits sold online. These products often promise to flush out toxins and restore kidney health overnight, but the truth is far less glamorous. Your kidneys are already natural filters. They don't need fancy cleanses to do their job. They need the right environment and the right support every single day. That support doesn't come from a box or bottle labeled detox. It comes from the daily choices you make in your kitchen, especially the oils you use. Here's the part that many people overlook. The oils sitting in your pantry or fridge right now may be quietly helping your kidneys function better, or they could be doing the opposite, adding stress, fueling inflammation, and slowly wearing down your body's most important filtration system. The shocking reality is that the same spoonful of oil you drizzle over a salad or use to fry an egg can either act like a bodyguard protecting your kidneys or like a hidden saboteur working against them. It isn't about buying into a quick fix cleanse. It's about avoiding the silent damage caused by the wrong oils and making sure you get the benefits of the right ones. Think about it this way. Every day your kidneys handle around 50 gallons of blood, filtering waste, balancing electrolytes, and keeping your body in rhythm. When you fuel them with anti-inflammatory, nutrient-rich oils, you're giving them a smoother path to do their job for decades to come. But when you consume cheap, highly processed oils, the kind found in so many everyday foods, you're essentially throwing sand into the gears. Over time, that constant strain adds up, leading to higher creatinine, declining kidney function, and problems that no supplement or cleanse can fix. Before we go further, I want to ask you something. Do you currently have a go-to cooking oil that you use for most of your meals? Maybe it's olive oil, sunflower oil, canola, or something else. Drop it in the comments below. Your answer could help someone else rethink their choices, and it builds a community where we learn from each other's real-life habits. But here's the shocking part. Most people who think they're using the right oil are doing it. Completely wrong. So let's count down the 3 oils that truly protect your kidneys, starting with the one most of us already have but misuse. When we think about healthy oils, extra virgin olive oil is usually the first one that comes to mind. It's been part of the Mediterranean diet for thousands of years, and researchers have spent decades studying why people from those regions often enjoy better heart and kidney health compared to other populations. The secret lies in compounds called polyphenols. These are powerful plant antioxidants found in the very first pressing of olives, and they act like your kidney's personal security guards. They patrol your bloodstream, neutralize harmful molecules, and reduce the kind of silent inflammation that slowly damages the delicate filters inside your kidneys. Science backs this up clearly. In 2021, researchers followed 40 patients living with chronic kidney disease. For 9 weeks, each patient consumed about 40 milliliters of extra virgin olive oil every day, which equals roughly 3 tablespoons. At the end of the study, the results were striking. Patients showed lower creatinine levels, improved filtration rates, and less protein leaking into their urine. That isn't a gimmick or marketing. It's real kidney protection proven by peer-reviewed research. But here's where things get tricky. Simply picking up any bottle of olive oil from the supermarket shelf doesn't guarantee you're getting these benefits. Many people use the wrong type of olive oil, store it improperly, or even unknowingly buy diluted products that have lost most of their value. Real extra virgin olive oil is made by pressing fresh olives within hours of harvest using only mechanical methods. No heat, no chemicals. This preserves the polyphenols. For a good quality 500 milliliter bottle, expect to pay somewhere between $12 and $25. If you see a bottle for $4, you're probably looking at a heavily refined version with very few nutrients left. On the other hand, if you're paying $30 or more, chances are you're buying premium branding, not necessarily better oil. When shopping, look carefully for a harvest date. Most bottles will have an expiration date, but that isn't enough. Polyphenols start breaking down the moment the oil is pressed, so fresher always means stronger. Another clue is the container. The best olive oils come in dark glass bottles or metal tins that protect them from light. Avoid anything labeled light or pure olive oil. These are not healthier. They're signs that the oil has been refined, stripped of nutrients, and mixed with lower quality oils. Once you bring it home, storage is just as important. Keep the bottle in a cool, dark cupboard, away from the stove or sunlight. Heat and light can quickly turn your golden oil rancid. After opening, try to finish it within 6 months, because the protective compounds decline with time. And most importantly, think about how you use it. Extra virgin. Olive oil works best when used raw or at low cooking temperatures. Drizzle it on salads, pour a little over cooked vegetables, mix it into dips, or enjoy it with bread. If you use it for gentle sautéing, you will still keep most of the benefits, but avoid using it for frying or high heat cooking. The higher the heat, the more damage to its delicate compounds. A common mistake is treating olive oil like a catch-all solution. People buy the cheapest, light version, leave it next to the stove, and then use it for deep frying. In that case, you're not getting the kidney protection you think you are. You're paying for the name but losing the benefit. But what if you need oil that can take the heat? Olive oil alone won't cut it. That's where our next oil shines. One of the most heat-stable oils you can buy. Avocado oil has become more popular in recent years, and for good reason. Unlike olive oil, which is best used at low or moderate heat, avocado oil can handle extremely high cooking temperatures without breaking down. Its smoke point is around 520 degrees Fahrenheit, or 271 degrees Celsius, which makes it one of the most heat-stable oils you can find. That means you can safely use it for roasting vegetables, searing fish or chicken, or stir-frying without worrying that the oil will turn into harmful compounds. For people who enjoy the flavor and texture of high-heat cooking, avocado oil is the kidney-friendly solution that doesn't compromise safety. Nutritionally, avocado oil is loaded with the same type of healthy fat that makes olive oil so protective: oleic acid. About 70% of avocado oil is made up of these monounsaturated fats, which are proven to reduce inflammation and support cardiovascular and kidney health. Since inflammation is one of the silent drivers of kidney damage, this type of fat provides steady, long-term protection. It not only supports your kidneys, but also helps maintain healthy blood pressure, which is critical because high blood pressure is one of the biggest risk factors for kidney decline. One surprising benefit of avocado oil is that, unlike the whole fruit, it contains virtually no potassium, sodium, or phosphorus. People with advanced kidney disease are often told to watch their mineral intake carefully, especially potassium, because too much can be dangerous. With avocado oil, you don't have to worry. It delivers the heart and kidney-friendly fats of avocado without the mineral content that could cause problems for CKD patients. For most people, 1 to 2 tablespoons daily is a safe and beneficial amount. When it comes to buying avocado oil, not all bottles are created equal. The best version is cold-pressed and unrefined because it retains more of the natural nutrients and has a rich, buttery flavor. Refined avocado oil is cheaper and has a more neutral taste, but much of its nutritional value is lost during high-heat processing. Another thing to watch out for is adulteration. As avocado oil has grown in popularity, some producers have been caught mixing it with cheaper oils like soybean or canola. To avoid this, stick to reputable brands, read labels carefully, and be cautious of deals that seem too good to be true. Quality avocado oil usually costs more, and in this case, the extra price is worth it. Using avocado oil in your kitchen is simple. Because it's so heat-stable, you can roast vegetables at high heat and bring out their natural sweetness without producing damaging compounds. You can sear fish or chicken to create a golden crust that locks in flavor and nutrients. It also works beautifully in baking as a substitute for butter or vegetable oil, keeping baked goods moist while reducing saturated fat. Its neutral taste means it won't overpower other ingredients, making it easy to swap into almost any recipe. Storage is straightforward compared to olive oil. Avocado oil is naturally stable at room temperature and lasts up to 2 years unopened. Once you open it, store it in a cool, dark place and try to finish it within 6 months for the best quality. Avocado oil is a reliable, versatile option that supports your kidneys without forcing you to sacrifice flavor or cooking style. But even avocado oil can't give your kidneys the single most powerful nutrient for inflammation control. For that, you need an oil so delicate it can't even touch heat, yet it delivers nature's purest kidney protection. Flaxseed oil often doesn't get the attention it deserves, but when it comes to kidney protection, it's one of the most powerful oils you can use. The reason is simple. It's the richest natural source of plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, also known as ALA. Omega-3s are essential fats that your body cannot make on its own, and ALA plays a critical role in calming inflammation throughout your body. Since chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the silent killers of kidney function, flaxseed oil works like a built-in firefighter, putting out those damaging sparks before they can burn through your kidney's delicate filtering units. Most people associate omega-3s with fish oil supplements. While fish oil does contain EPA and DHA, which are valuable forms of omega-3s, it also comes with risks. Fish oil supplements can increase levels of a compound called TMAO, which some studies have linked to higher cardiovascular risk. There's also the concern of heavy metals like mercury and pollutants like dioxins, which build up in fish tissues. Even with modern purification methods, no fish oil can completely guarantee freedom from contaminants. Flaxseed oil avoids all of these issues. It gives you the omega-3 protection your kidneys need straight from the plant source without the worry of ocean toxins or the fishy aftertaste. But flaxseed oil is not a casual oil you can use like olive or avocado oil. It's extremely delicate. The same omega-3s that make it so powerful also make it vulnerable to heat, light, and oxygen. If you heat it even slightly, the oil loses its benefits and can actually form harmful compounds. That's why flaxseed oil is a strict cold-use oil. Never cook with it, never fry with it, and don't leave it sitting out on the counter. From the moment you buy it, it belongs in your refrigerator. Once opened, it should be used within 6 to 8 weeks. Past that, it begins to go rancid quickly. There's a simple way to check its freshness. The oil should smell fresh and slightly nutty. If it tastes bitter or sharp, it's already spoiled and should be thrown out. When buying, choose bottles that are stored in the fridge at the store, look for pressing dates if available, and buy from brands with good turnover, so you know the oil hasn't been sitting for months. Organic options are preferable, since flax crops are often heavily treated with pesticides. Using flaxseed oil in your diet is simple once you know the rules. Add 1 to 2 tablespoons daily for kidney protection. Blend it into smoothies after mixing, stir it into salad dressings, or drizzle it over steamed vegetables once they've cooled a little. It adds a mild, nutty flavor without overwhelming your food, and when used properly, it delivers an unmatched dose of anti-inflammatory omega-3s. So now you know the 3 oils that protect your kidneys. But what about the ones that slowly destroy them? You'll be shocked to learn the first one isn't even a food oil. It's an industrial chemical. Partially hydrogenated oils are often described as one of the biggest nutritional mistakes of the modern food industry. These oils are created by forcing hydrogen into liquid vegetable oils to make them more solid and shelf-stable. The result is trans fats, which were once widely used in processed foods because they were cheap, easy to work with, and gave baked goods the right texture. For decades, margarine, cookies, pastries, and snack foods were packed with them, and people were told they were a healthier alternative to butter. Over time, research revealed the truth. Trans fats are not just unhealthy, they're dangerous. The health risks are serious. Trans fats raise LDL cholesterol, the bad kind that clogs arteries, while lowering HDL cholesterol, the good kind that helps clear fats from your system. They inflame blood vessels, increase the risk of diabetes, and put huge stress on your heart and kidneys. For your kidneys, this combination is especially harmful. Damaged blood vessels mean less efficient blood flow to the kidneys, high blood pressure forces them to work harder, and chronic inflammation weakens the very filters that keep your blood clean. Over time, eating these oils adds up to faster kidney decline. You might think this is a problem of the past, since the FDA banned the addition of partially hydrogenated oils to foods in 2018. But here's the catch. Imported foods may still contain them, and even within the U.S., there's a labeling loophole. If a food contains less than 0.5 grams of trans fat per serving, companies are allowed to list 0 grams on the nutrition label. That may sound harmless, but if you eat multiple servings of that food, or if you consume several products with trace amounts, the total can quickly add up to a dangerous intake. This is why reading only the nutrition label isn't enough. You need to check the ingredients list. If you see the words partially hydrogenated oil, no matter how small the amount, it's a red flag. These oils often hide in places you wouldn't expect. Stick margarines are an obvious one, but you'll also find them in some coffee creamers, commercial baked goods like cookies and pastries, microwave popcorn, and even in products that are marketed as heart-healthy because they're low in saturated fat. For seniors especially, this is alarming. Aging arteries are already more vulnerable, and kidney function naturally declines with age, so adding trans fats is like pouring gasoline on a slow-burning fire. Even though the FDA banned them, you'll still find them in products today. But the next oil is sneakier. It hides in almost everything you buy, and it's marketed as healthy. Corn oil is one of the most common oils on grocery store shelves, and for decades it was advertised as a healthy option. Labels proudly highlighted the fact that it contains 0 cholesterol, and many people assumed that made it a heart and kidney-friendly choice. Unfortunately, the story isn't that simple. Corn oil is extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids. About 59% of its content is linoleic acid. On its own, omega-6 isn't harmful, but when your diet is overloaded with it and lacking enough omega-3s, the balance tips toward inflammation. Instead of protecting your kidneys, corn oil creates what can be described as an inflammation factory inside your body. This slow, hidden inflammation damages the delicate filtering units in your kidneys, raises blood pressure, and accelerates kidney decline over the years. The way corn oil is produced makes the problem worse. Corn kernels only contain around 4% oil by weight, which means huge quantities of corn must be processed to extract even a small amount. To do this cheaply, manufacturers rely on hexane, a chemical solvent derived from petroleum. After extraction, the oil is refined, bleached, and deodorized at high temperatures. By the time it reaches your kitchen, it's a heavily altered product with little resemblance to anything natural. While most hexane is removed during refining, trace amounts can remain, and the overall processing strips away beneficial compounds while leaving behind a product prone to oxidation and damage. The low price of corn oil should raise eyebrows. When you see a large, gallon-sized jug of cooking oil priced at just $3 or $4, ask yourself what corners were cut to get it that cheap. Real, high-quality oils require careful harvesting and minimal processing. Ultra-cheap oils usually come with industrial shortcuts that compromise quality and health. Corn oil is also sneaky because it hides in so many everyday foods. Manufacturers love it because it's cheap, has a long shelf life, and doesn't add strong flavors to their products. You'll find it in salad dressings, mayonnaise, chips, crackers, frozen dinners, baked goods, and countless packaged snacks. Even if you never buy a bottle of corn oil, chances are you're still consuming it regularly without realizing it. That's what makes it so problematic. It quietly slips into your diet while giving the illusion of being harmless. But if you thought corn oil was bad, its cousin is even worse. It's the #1 oil in America, in nearly every restaurant meal, and you're probably eating it daily without realizing. Soybean oil is the single most consumed oil in the United States, and that alone makes it a major concern. If you eat at restaurants, grab packaged snacks, or buy salad dressings from the store, chances are you're consuming soybean oil every single day without even realizing it. At first glance, it seems harmless. After all, it comes from soybeans, which are a food crop. But the way it's processed and the nutritional profile it carries make it one of the most damaging oils for your kidneys over the long term. Like corn oil, soybean oil is loaded with omega-6 fatty acids. About 51% of its content comes from linoleic acid. Once again, the problem isn't omega-6 itself, but the imbalance. When your diet tilts too far toward omega-6 without enough omega-3 to balance it out, your body becomes prone to chronic inflammation. For your kidneys, this means constant low-grade stress that damages the tiny blood vessels and filtration units that keep your blood clean. To make matters worse, many commercially available soybean oils also contain residual trans fats. During partial hydrogenation and high-heat refining, small amounts of trans fats can form, and even if the label says 0 grams, those trace amounts add up over time. For seniors or anyone with reduced kidney function, that added inflammation is the last thing you need. The way soybean oil is manufactured adds another layer of concern. Soybeans are first crushed and then treated with hexane, a petroleum-based solvent, to extract as much oil as possible. The crude oil is then refined, bleached, and deodorized at extremely high temperatures, often exceeding 450 degrees Fahrenheit. By the time it lands on store shelves or in your favorite packaged foods, any natural nutrients the soybeans once had are long gone. What's left is a highly processed oil that offers little benefit and plenty of risk. The real challenge with soybean oil is how widespread it is. You'll find it in bottled salad dressings, store-bought mayonnaise, cookies, crackers, frozen meals, and especially in fast food and restaurant meals. Most chain restaurants cook almost everything from fries to grilled items in blends that include soybean oil. Even products marketed as healthy often use it because it's cheap and has a neutral flavor. The good news is there are practical swaps you can make. Instead of buying bottled dressings, mix your own at home with olive oil, vinegar, and herbs. It takes less than 2 minutes. For mayonnaise, choose brands made with avocado oil, or make your own using a simple blender recipe. When eating out, don't hesitate to ask what oil is used for cooking. Some higher-end restaurants use better oils, but most rely on soybean oil unless you specify otherwise. But even soybean oil started as a food crop. What if I told you the final oil on our blacklist was never meant for human food at all? It's literally a byproduct of the textile industry. Cottonseed oil is one of the most concerning oils you can find in the food supply, mainly because it was never meant to be there in the first place. Cotton isn't grown as a food crop. It's grown for textiles. Because of that, cotton plants are treated with heavy pesticides and chemicals that would never be approved for crops meant for human consumption. Yet, instead of being discarded, the leftover seeds from cotton production are pressed and refined into oil, which ends up in processed foods. From the start, this makes cottonseed oil a risky choice, especially for people already managing kidney health. One of the natural compounds in cotton plants is called gossypol, a toxin that protects the plant from insects. Unrefined cottonseed oil contains this compound, which is harmful to humans. To make the oil safe, manufacturers put it through a series of harsh processing steps, including treatment with caustic soda, acid washing, and high-temperature deodorizing. While these steps remove most of the gossypol, traces can remain and there's no established safe level for long-term consumption. The end product is a highly refined oil stripped of any beneficial nutrients, but potentially carrying remnants of both natural toxins and processing chemicals. From a nutritional perspective, cottonseed oil offers very little. Any natural antioxidants, vitamins, or plant compounds are destroyed during the refining process. What you're left with is an oil that's cheap to produce, neutral in flavor, and stable for manufacturers to use in packaged products. For consumers, though, it adds empty calories, promotes inflammation, and brings potential exposure to substances your kidneys don't need. Cottonseed oil often hides in plain sight. It's commonly used in inexpensive brands of mayonnaise, salad dressings, potato chips, and snack foods. Even more concerning, it's often included in blends simply labeled as vegetable oil, alongside soybean and corn oil. Unless a label specifies what vegetables the oil comes from, there's a good chance cottonseed is part of the mix. That means many people are eating it without even realizing it. The irony is that you will sometimes find cottonseed oil in foods marketed as heart-healthy or low in saturated fat. This makes it easy for shoppers to assume they're making a smart choice, when in reality, they're consuming an oil with questionable safety and no real health benefits. For seniors trying to protect their kidneys, this hidden risk is especially serious. So now we've seen both sides, the bodyguards and the villains. But how do you put this into practice without feeling overwhelmed every time you cook or shop? At this point, the big picture should feel much clearer. You don't need fancy kidney cleanse products or miracle detox kits. Real kidney support comes down to making smart, everyday choices, especially with the oils you cook with and consume daily. To keep it simple, here's the takeaway. Use extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, and flaxseed oil. Avoid partially hydrogenated oils, corn oil, soybean oil, and cottonseed oil. Just this swap alone can make a huge difference for your kidneys over time. The golden rules are easy to remember. Always read the ingredient list, not just the nutrition label. If you see partially hydrogenated oil, or just the vague term vegetable oil, put it back on the shelf. Smell your oils before you use them. Fresh oils smell clean or nutty, while rancid ones smell bitter or sharp. Store oils properly. Olive and avocado oils should be kept in cool, dark places, and flaxseed oil belongs in the fridge the moment you bring it home. Don't buy more than you can use within a few months, because even the best oils lose their protective power once opened. Smaller, fresher bottles are always better than large jugs that sit around for months. For seniors especially, this isn't about quick fixes. It's about steady, daily habits that support your kidneys year after year. A tablespoon of the right oil is worth far more than any expensive cleanse that promises unrealistic results. Think of it this way. Investing in better oils now may cost a few extra dollars at the grocery store, but it's far cheaper than dialysis treatments later in life. Your kidneys work for you every single day without a break. Choosing the right oils is one of the simplest ways you can return the favor. I'd love to hear from you. Which oil swap surprised you the most today? Maybe you didn't realize how harmful corn or soybean oil could be. Or perhaps flaxseed oil was new to you. Share your thoughts in the comments below. You never know who you might help by speaking up. If you found this useful, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos that can protect your health. Because while the right oils support your kidneys, certain foods you're eating every day may be silently destroying them. That's what we'll reveal in the next video.